In the previous lesson about MUDBOX, we created some graphics and we painted our model using images. So we used the stamp tool and the stencil tool to create like some more realistic painting, and also we applied some graphics using the stencil, like tattoos, or you can apply like really tiny details like veins or hair. So we can either paint with a simple color or using texture. So in this video, we're gonna talk about more about materials and textures and how we can use them again to define a little bit better the material. So I'm gonna right click here and we can assign a material right here. So if we expand this is how a material usually looks like here in MUDBOX, and also in other software they look pretty similar. So they have like a lot of channels. So all these that we see here are channels, and we can either use a simple color in a channel. Sometimes we can use a simple value like from 0 to 100 or from 0 to 1, and sometimes we can use a texture. Now it's really simple to use a color and a value, so you can just go there and change those to see the effect on the material. But we're gonna use textures, which is a little bit more complex than using simple colors. And we already said that we have like different types of textures. So this one here, if we go in the UV view, this is an unwrap texture. So we have like repeatable texture, images that you can repeat over and over, and then we have these unwrap texture that are going to apply to an unwrap mapping. So when you work on a 3D model, you need to have a mapping, which means how the material will be like projected on a model, on a 3D model. So you have like a 2D that needs to be projected on a 3D, and this is why it's gonna unwrap. It's gonna be like flattened out, so that like different parts of the same model can be addressed by different parts of the map. And we have like simple mapping also, like cube mapping or spherical mapping, cylindrical mapping. So once we have the mapping, we can then define better the material and we can apply textures. Now, material, it's all about how an object reacts to light. So everything is about lighting and how the material reacts to light. So when we have a diffuse effect, usually we don't have like a mirror effect or specularity. We have some really soft reflection on the surface. Now, every material, one way or the other, reflects light. So when we have a specular reflection, we have like something more like a mirror, or something that is going to show us something more glossy. When we have a diffuse reflection, the light scatters on top of the surface, and so it's not concentrated, and it's going to give you that like soft lighting. So you don't have like highlights when you have a soft surface, a diffuse surface. So this is roughly the explanation about what diffuse and specular channel means, which are the most important ones because they define like the most superficial effect. Now, if you search for texture, diffuse and specular on the web, you will find usually a package. So these are the most popular texture: the texture, diffuse, the specular, and the glossiness and the roughness. These are other two really important, and these also define how shiny is the material, how rough. So the more roughness you have, the less glossiness. So these are also used for PBR, which are physically based render materials, and these are, I think, the most important um, texture out there. So the diffuse, the roughness, the specular, the glossiness, the metallic also is really important to define whether a material is a metal or a non-metal. And also other important ones are the bump, the normal, and the displacement. So usually they work like in black and white. The white means the 100% of that effect, black means 0%. So 100% metallic is where the white areas will be, or like specular, same thing, or glossiness. And 0% like glossiness will be where the black part is. So a texture is essentially a mixture of various colors. It's not just a uniform color. And again, this is normal and bump and displacement. Now, normal and bump usually do the same work. So they apply some fake superficial effect so that you can apply a lot of details without actually applying too many polygons. So it's a way to keep the number of polygons down and the heaviness of your model down while keeping the details. This is the most important feature about bump and normal. And you can see many examples here on how they work and why they are so important. So we're gonna also see how we can apply 3D superficial details without actually sculpting, but just by painting in 3D, essentially painting 3D details. Now, displacement is an heavy effect because it's an actual 3D extrusion. So it's a little bit different from these other two. So bump and normal are just a fake simulation of 3D. Displacement is an actual 3D, so you need a lot of polygons to do that in other software. So you can prepare also texture for in MUDBOX to use for other software. And this is opacity, which again works with black and white mainly. So white means the presence of a material, the black means the absence of the material or the total transparency. So it's like total opacity, total transparency. You can also look for alpha channel, which is a similar concept when you work in graphic design. You have 4 channels, RGB, red, green, and blue, and then you have a fourth one, which is used for transparency. And you can use it also here in MUDBOX. And it looks like similar to the opacity. So when you need to save the alpha channel, you need the PNG format or a format that supports not only 3 channels, red, green, and blue, but also a 4th channel, which is the alpha channel. Then we have ambient occlusion. We already saw a little bit of this, which is where the light doesn't hit the surface too much. It's going to generate that like really soft shadow, and that's called ambient occlusion. And you can see the difference in using or not using ambient occlusion. Well, you can really tell the difference here. The right one uses the ambient occlusion and it looks way more realistic than the first one. And also a similar effect is the cavity map. Again, is where the cavity of your model are, the cavities like crevices, wrinkles, and all those stuff that is gonna like hide the mesh from the light. Now we're gonna use Polyhaven again to download some texture that we can use in MUDBOX. So for example, if we are working for apparel design, fashion design, product design, industrial design, we can use fabric, we can use different types of fabric, but also if you work on character design. So let's get, for example, here some leather that we can use either for like shoes or I don't know, again, any other product or industrial product. So we can get a material and a texture from there. And we're also gonna get a model, a 3D model to study. Now, previously we used this chair and we can see now another example of an unwrap map right here. So this is not repeatable like the other type of texture, like the ones that you find in the materials of Polyhaven. This is just to place once. So sometimes you have texture that can be only placed once, which are the unwrap texture or similar texture. Sometimes you have those textures that can be repeated many times, and we're gonna use both in this video. So we're gonna start with repeatable, and then we will check the unwrap and we get more into that, more into specific UV maps. So you can download here in FBX, you can download from Polyhaven as we already saw before. So nothing new about that. So let me show you just real quick here, fabric material, just to show you. So if I get this red leather, you can see you only have the texture here. So when you download this, you're gonna download the package of all the texture, and you have ambient occlusion again, roughness, and diffuse, normal, so the most important. Now we can also get 3D models here from Sketchfab, like this one here, which is a shoe. We can test here some text